negative.
That's a real shame when folks be throwing away a perfectly good white boy like that.
Welcome to the Nation of Jake on The Voice, KWAM, FM 107.9 and AM 990.
All right, welcome to it.
Yes, have some.
The Nation of Jake on The Voice, FM 107.9 AM 990. Online, KWAMTheVoice.com. Listen live, link is in that top right corner. Also streaming live on the YouTube. My channel, Nation of Jake. Go there, subscribe. Tell your friends about the Nation of Jake. Also, catch up with me on the Facebook page. Very simple to find. Also, Nation of Jake. Also, at Nation of Jake on the Twitter. On this Wednesday, June 26th, 2019, Anno Domini, year of our Lord. Partly cloudy, 90 degrees, 91 for the high. We'll get to the Debate Night in America primer in just a few minutes. A lot to get to. There's a humanitarian crisis at the southern border of the United States. Finally, after about 4 or 5 months of media and politicians reporting otherwise, saying it was manufactured, they are now calling it a crisis. And this all comes on the heels of a photo, very disturbing images of a father and his young daughter face down in the Rio Grande, dead. And it's being plastered all over CNN.com. Chuck Schumer is using this on the floor of the Senate to make their political points. And we'll get into that in just a little bit. Also, news broke that Robert Mueller of the Mueller probe has reversed course and will testify. So that's something to look forward to if you are into disappointment. I'm kind of doing a radio show right now, so if we could take the conversation maybe down the hall, it'd be great. Or maybe use our inside voices. That'd be awesome. I may have flip-flopped, by the way, on space exploration after a new discovery in the final frontier. All right, so I have been kind of skeptical, thinking maybe, just maybe we shouldn't be spending trillions of dollars trying to go to Mars, but there might be a scenario in which I'm all about spending trillions of dollars if you can somehow turn that into quintillions. That's right. How many zeros in a quintillion? All right, so I've got everybody freaking out right now, by the way, about The Office leaving Netflix. And we'll talk a little bit about that whole deal, as well as some headlines in the news cruise. All right, but we do have to turn our attention to Debate Night in America. Yeah, the first Democratic debate. How to watch. You know, all too often, you'll just see these primers on how to watch something, as if you need special instructions on how to watch a presidential debate, as if you've never tuned in to a presidential debate here about a year and a half from the 2020 election. The first 2020 Democratic presidential debates are here, giving the 20 qualifying candidates the best opportunity to break through the crowded field in front of a national audience. 20 candidates over 2 nights. Out of 24 candidates, 20 qualified. I think they undershot on the whole who's eligible. It was something like 65,000 individual donors you had to have. No real requirements as to how many donations or how much in donations. As long as you had 65,000 donors, they could have all donated a nickel. And so you could have done that, right? So anyway, you've got 20 debate candidates, 10 tonight. All right. The first debate is tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central here in Memphis. So 8 to 10 on NBC. All right. Now listen, CNN.com and CNN and MSNBC and all these places, even Fox News, all day long, they're going to have like one of those pre-games that you have on, you know, like college football Saturdays, you know, like the whole deal on ESPN. They've got their college game day because that's what this is for the news organizations. So they'll be having pre-debate coverage, post-debate coverage, but the debates will be 8 to 10. Now, this is interesting, the way they have it split up. They said they've got it in like 2 divisions. Purple division, orange division. Not sure what the significance are to the colors of the divisions. But Elizabeth Warren, I don't know if she just, drew the long straw or what it was. I don't know what about Elizabeth Warren warrants her getting such an easy path to the finals, so to speak. I mean, she is not sharing the stage with any heavy hitters. Check out tonight's lineup on these debates. You have center stage, Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts. And then she's going to be flanked by Beto O'Rourke of Texas and Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey. Then you've got former HUD Secretary Julian Castro, Representative Tulsi Gabbard, Washington Governor Jay Inslee, Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota, Mayor Bill de Blasio of New York, former Representative John Delaney of Maryland, and Representative Tim Ryan of Ohio. Out of all those people, other than Elizabeth Warren, they may be polling maybe at 3%. I mean, I know that Beto O'Rourke is like the milk in my fridge. He's 2%. And he's probably the biggest name other than Elizabeth Warren. Cory Booker, you could argue, was also, he's not a top-tier guy. Not a top-tier guy. So this sets up pretty well for Elizabeth Warren. She does not have to share the stage with the frontrunner Joe Biden. She does not have to share the stage with Bernie Sanders, who has a very dedicated, rabid following. She won't be challenged by the up-and-comer Pete Buttigieg, the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, who's got all kinds of problems going back in South Bend that he's dealing with. Kamala Harris, they're all going to be in tomorrow night's lineup. So I just want to know, is the fix in for Elizabeth Warren? Did somebody decide to give her the easiest path to the finals, as she seems to get like the number one overall seeding here in these debates? So, so how do you watch the debates? Here's what you do. You watch the debates and follow along on Twitter. That's how you watch the debates. You watch them, you follow along on Twitter, because I'm telling you right now, this is going to be fun. Because I do believe it's going to be that circular firing squad that we talked about yesterday. They have to, especially with Elizabeth Warren. She's got all these, 2%ers or fewer who are all going to be gunning after her, because what do they have to lose? Because they all need their viral moment. These are all desperate people, all very desperate. So it could be dangerous for Elizabeth Warren. But the more they go after her, she gets more time to respond, you see. So there's a lot of strategery at play here. So what's she going to try to do? She has to get up there, and she can't just go wonk on you. That's her deal. If she's got a plan for everything. Elizabeth Warren's got a plan for canceling student debt. She's got a plan for Medicare for all. She's all about the Green New Deal or whatever other tax and spend giveaway to buy votes that she wants to implement via the wealth tax. She's going to demonize the billionaires and billionaires. That's her game. But here's what she has to do. She has to come off free and easy and likable and able to just seamlessly deflect any attacks by these loser 1-2%ers that she's flanked by. So that's going to be her challenge, because she's kind of a robot. She's not very good at the touchy-feely stuff. When she tries to do it, it comes off as disingenuous. So her task is to harness her recent momentum surrounding her campaign to prove voters that she has what it takes to defeat Donald Trump. As the sole top-tier candidate on stage Wednesday, she could have the most to lose. I think in the two-night event, Joe Biden's got the most to lose as the frontrunner. But tonight, with Elizabeth Warren center stage, she has the most to lose overall. But here's the other thing. Wednesday night will be gone by Thursday. We'll talk about it on Thursday, but after Thursday night, it's all going to be about Joe Biden and how everybody attacks Joe Biden. So Wednesday night will be a distant memory by Friday morning, because everybody will be chopping up Thursday. You know how that goes. Warren, and I went over this. She's known as being a wonk. All her policy plans, whether it's, Medicare for all, or, canceling college debt, or gay reparations, or whatever the hell she's going to get up there and tout. she has to come off as likable at this point. And that's true for any candidate. Could you see this person being president? And so she's going to have to do that. She can't get frustrated. Now, she's smart. You got to give her that. She's a Harvard professor. She definitely goes into things very prepared. But this is going to be a 10-participant debate, kind of free-for-all kind of deal. You got to be able to go free flow with it. You know, she seems like she's the kind of person who could be outlining some kind of policy, and then somebody interrupts her, and she's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And she'll get mad. And that's what you can't do. You can't let them see you sweat, so to speak, during one of these debates. So, I mean, look, for all these reasons, let's look at some of the wild cards, though. Because, look, you've got Tulsi Gabbard, Amy Klobuchar, who is known for throwing things at people. I mean, these are some desperate people out here who want to impress donors and get people excited about them, maybe boost their polling there in Iowa. So there's could be some attack dogs out there going after Elizabeth Warren. The main thing that's out there about Elizabeth Warren, which I don't think you're going to see a lot tonight, will be the whole claiming to have been of Native American ancestry. That whole debacle with the DNA test. I don't see any of these folks on stage, the Bill de Blasios, the John Delaney's, Tulsi Gabbard's, all these, low-tier losers going after her on the whole Native American thing, the whole Pocahontas deal. I don't see it going that way. If she is the eventual candidate, if she's the nominee, then yeah, I think that Donald Trump will be all in on that. But I don't think that you are going to see a lot of that tonight. Maybe some veiled little attacks, maybe some passive-aggressive stuff. We'll see. I just don't see them all out for blood. So it could be a whole bunch of nothing. So that's how you watch the debates. Now, the big question tonight is, will Trump be tweeting? Will Donald Trump be tweeting? And even at this stage, as we're previewing the debate, if that's a question, then Trump already owns part of the night, doesn't he? There are Republicans, there are people in Trump's circles. They don't want him tweeting. Like, leave it alone, man. Let them all take each other out. Let them take each other down. Don't go tweeting about it. President will be on his way to Japan for the G20 summit. So, he'll have the ability to watch the debate and possibly tweet from Air Force One. We'll see what he decides to do. And if he does decide to tweet, will NBC on their broadcast of the debates respond in real time to the tweets? Will they make him a part of it? I guess we'll see. But the fact that's even there, if Donald Trump doesn't tweet and the story becomes, the president's not tweeting about the debate, he's already, in a way, kind of made the debate about him, hasn't he? So, yeah, because that's the news cycle we live in. Because everything's either Trump's fault or it's not his fault, but we can blame him for it anyway. Let's talk about the crisis on the border. That's something that is coming back into the news cycle because it is a crisis. It's not just manufactured. We were told it was a manufactured crisis. Everything's fine. Jim Acosta from CNN down on the border saying, I'm down here. I'm down in Texas. There's a fence here and everything's fine. No crisis on the border as far as we can see. But now there is a crisis on the border because there is an awful photo that is being plastered all over the internet and all over Twitter to make sure that there's a crisis and also make you know that this is Donald Trump's fault. Is it his fault? We'll talk about it next right here in the Nation of Jake.
The Voice, KWAM, FM 107.9 and AM 990.
When's the last time you looked at the windows in your house? Not through the windows, but at the windows. Really looked at them. There's dirt, streaks, buildup, smudges, fingerprints, paw prints, spider webs, dead bugs. There's little white speckles. I have no idea what they are, and who knows what else. Now, cleaning all the windows in your house makes a big difference, but it's also a big job. That's why you need Just Windows Home Services.